Happy Wednesday, everyone. Welcome to Words That Inspire with Chizaba, a podcast whose main goal is to motivate, to inspire, to encourage, and to uplift. I hope your August has been filled with God's goodness, with God's greatness, with a lot of blessings, with a lot of good things. And if your testimony has not manifested yet, it is on the way. Do not give up. I have faith and full trust in God that we are all going to shout hallelujah and have awesome testimonies this month of August in Jesus' name. My goal today is just to talk real briefly on a topic that is very near and dear to my heart, and that is self-acceptance and being happy with who you are today. It is important for us to get to a place, each and every one of us to get to a place where we can say, where we can mean and truly feel it when we say, I am enough. I am okay the way I am today. It is really important for whatever our plans are for the future and wherever we are going, to be happy with who we are today. And this message is for everybody. It's for men and it's for women, but I'm going to emphasize on my sisters, on women, a little bit more for today. And I chose this topic for today because over the past few weeks I've been witness to and involved in certain conversations that has just brought it home to me, not that I didn't know before, but brought it home to me that as women there is unusual and intense pressure from outside and within. What I mean by that is society in general, other women, other men, and by within ourselves. A lot of us have lost our sense of self, our sense of worth, our purpose, and that is because we are subject to a ridiculously insane, oftentimes to me, silly, unrealistic, cookie cutter standard of who we are supposed to be. Oftentimes when we are being measured or judged, there is no accounting for what makes us different. There is no celebration of what makes us different. We are all supposed to be a certain way, and if you deviate from that, then something is wrong with you, or you're just weird. And I don't subscribe to that at all. I don't like that. God created each and every one of us to be different, to be unique. We have similarities, but that doesn't mean that what makes each and every one of us unique should be subject to mockery or to ridicule. And if we don't accept who we are, how do we expect anybody else to accept who we are? Over the past few weeks, I've heard from women who have children that have careers outside their home talk so badly about women who choose to be about stay-at-home moms. I've heard stay-at-home moms talk badly about women who choose to have a career or have a job outside the house. I have listened to, for lack of a better word, skinny women or women on the skinnier side demean plus size women. I've listened to plus size women demean skinny women. I've known just the most amazingly beautiful black lady. I mean, her skin, it was ebony black, just beautiful. I've seen her bleach herself fair. I've seen fairer skinned women or even Caucasian women want to darken their skin so much that they turn to the point that they've destroyed their skin, and you can't even just destroy their skin and their complexion. And all of it is because somebody somewhere, or a TV show somewhere, a celebrity somewhere, or a magazine cover, a so-called a magazine that sets the standard for fashion, has said who you are today, whether you're dark, whether you're white, you're green, you're purple, you're tall, you're short, you're big, you're small, that you're not enough just the way you are today. That who you should be is whatever they say you're supposed to be. I used to go to school with a lady she's a lady now, we were girls back then, who was shorter than the rest of us and would cry because she was not tall enough. And yet I've known people who are taller than I am. Let me see, I'm about what, 5'7"? 5'9" on a good shoe day. But so the person I'm talking about might have been might be 6'1", 6'2", who wish she was shorter, that her height was shorter. And she, no matter how much we said to her, there are advantages to being as tall as you are, she wasn't happy with her height, you know. I guess I'm trying to ask ladies, what is going on? Why can we not see the beauty or celebrate our beauty, our uniqueness, who we are? Why is it not okay to be okay with who you are today? Why have we allowed society to tell us what we should and should not be okay with about ourselves? That is not a healthy state of mind to be in. This is so important to me, I guess, because I've been there. I've been on the other side. I've gone through a season in my life where I did not like who I was. I did not like who I saw. I wasn't even sure I liked my laughter, and I got to that place where I was mentally unhappy. I was emotionally unhealthy. My relationship myself was not a good one, and that was because I had allowed the voices of others to influence myself. I got to a point where I lost myself. I lost my way. I lost my sense of worth. And frankly speaking, I will not lie, getting to where I am today, being okay with who I am, no matter what, no matter the space I find myself in, it was a journey. It's been worth it, but it took the grace of God. It really did. I cannot tell you that it was another human being. I read self-help books and so on, but I can tell you it took the grace of God, and also a mother who would not let me be. Like, my mom was unrelenting when she noticed where I was mentally, in talking to me and dragging me and not letting me be, until she was satisfied that I looked in the mirror and loved who I saw. But it really did take the grace of God to get me to where I am today, to get me to a place where I not only say I'm me and feel that I am enough as I am today, even as I fight to improve myself, to improve my future. As I am today, I am enough. I am fine. I am great. I am wonderful, just the way I am today. And it's my goal for if I can reach every woman in the world, every young girl, young boys too, and men out there, forgotten. Each and every one of us needs to get to a place where we're not allowing the standards out there to dictate whether we appreciate ourselves, whether we love ourselves, whether we accept who we are in this very moment. I want us to get to a place where we know that the most important voice when it comes to who we are belongs to the one who created us. That is God. Not your parents, but God. Who does God say you are? Who has God called you to be? And the second most important voice is yourself. Now that you know what God has said, what are you saying to yourself? Because sometimes it isn't necessarily what others say. Like I said before, I allowed myself to be influenced by what other people always say. Magazines, we always have their own opinion. Corporations who make makeup will always have something to say. But the most important thing is, when those voices are silent, what are you hearing in your head? What are you saying to yourself? What are you feeding your spirit? That is really important. And so God's voice is important. And right after God's voice, it's your voice. So always keep that in mind. Not everyone has a mom who was unrelenting as mine, and I'm hoping that in some small measure or in some small way I can fill that void. Just so that you hear it from someone. You are enough. You're going to be hearing again from me on this topic. I'm going to post more videos. It's going to be on my audio podcast. I've written about it. I've posted about it on my blog, chizobamora.com, and I'm going to write more about it because this is really important. It is important that you hear it. If you've never heard it before, you're hearing it now. You are enough. If you've not heard it enough times, I'm hoping I can say it over and over again, and you can read it from any of my posts and hear it from me. You are enough. You are enough. As you are today, you are enough. No matter what you have done, you are enough. No matter what you have said, you are enough. No matter the circumstances you've gone through, you are enough. No matter the errors you've made, your flaws and all, you are enough. You are destined for great things. You are destined for beautiful things. You are beautiful, you are intelligent, you are smart, you are brilliant. You are enough just as you are today. Never let anybody make you think you are not. If you are around people who put you down, who you share your dreams with and they tell you, oh, you can't, who look at you and say, unless you dress this way, unless you look a certain way, you are not okay. You don't need those people in your lives. You don't need people who make you feel bad about who you are today. You need people who appreciate the you of today and will encourage and support your better tomorrow. That's what you need. You don't need people always measuring you to the past. Oh, in the past you were this, you did that, you were this way. You don't need people who want to anchor you to the past, who will demean and devalue your today and have absolutely nothing positive to say about your tomorrow. If somebody does not appreciate the you of today, they are never going to appreciate who you are tomorrow. Never. If somebody does not support you today, they will not support you tomorrow. So we need to keep that in mind. Also, being satisfied with who you are today does not mean that you are not striving to be better. If today you don't know math, it's okay that you don't. But and if you want to learn, it does not mean being okay that you don't know about it today does not mean that you don't work hard to learn about it tomorrow. Being okay with who you are today does not mean you're letting go of changing, of being better. It's just accepting who you are. If you don't like who you are today, first of all, you're not going to have a clear-cut path to who you're going to be tomorrow or what your purpose is, because you don't know yourself and you don't know what you're worth. So who you are today is going to feed who you'll be tomorrow, which is why it's important that you accept, this is me today. Take it or leave it. I don't care. Take it. I love the me of today. I'm working hard for tomorrow. But I'm not going to be put in a mentally unhealthy place because you don't appreciate the me of today. I guess is what I'm saying. And you need to learn to say that to those around you that are not appreciating who you are today. But start with loving you, accepting you, appreciating you. And then look at those people and tell them, if you don't like what you see, go on. You don't need to be around here. I'm going places. God is taking me places. To you, it might not look like it. But I know my life. I know my journey. I know who God says I am. I know who He has called me to be. I know what my purpose is. And you're going to be sitting in the nosebleed section where my purpose begins to manifest. I need to love you. I would say we need to learn to love us and to appreciate who we are today. I always say, and I truly believe that when God said let there be light, however many million years ago it was by human standards, when God created the earth, He knew about me. He knew about today. He knew about my purpose because He planned for me. I'm that important to God. He thinks about me all the time. He knows the exact number of hair I have on my head. He's invested in me. Anybody who's going to take time out from separating water from sky, from creating the trees and all the different animals, extinct and current, anybody who's going to take the time to hang the earth just right in the solar system, and then still take time to plan for me, that person truly loves me and wants me to do well. I am that important to God. You are that important to God, because He didn't just plan for me, He planned for you too. If you're not going to remember anything else I've said today, remember this. Jeremiah 29:11. Jeremiah 29:11. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you a future and a hope. For I know the plans I have for you, said the Lord. Plans to prosper you, plans to give you a future, plans to give you prosperity, plans to give you hope, plans to make you prosperous, plans to make you great. Jeremiah 29:11. In whatever version you want to read it, it says the same thing. Write it down, hang it on your fridge, record it, play it to yourself, have a post-it sticker on the top of your computer. Always remember that God has a plan for you. God has great plans for you. God took time out to plan for you, to think of you. That's how important you are. If you're that important to God, then you never look down on who you are today. If God did not have a plan for you, believe me, you would not be here. You are here for a reason. You have a reason, you have purpose, and do not let anybody talk you out of it. However you choose, whatever your lane is, each and every one of us has a different lane. Each and every one of us has something that makes us unique. We've all made errors and mistakes, and it's brought you here today. But that doesn't mean you can never get back on the right track, or that the door cannot open for you where you are today. But if we are so stuck in not appreciating the way of today, even as we work hard for tomorrow, we are never going to see a clear path to who we are supposed to be. Who we are supposed to be. So, I'm just going to reiterate, emphasize, don't let anyone make you unhappy about yourself. You are just beautiful the way you are today. You are intelligent. You are smart. Meant for great things. Meant for prosperous things. Meant for a good ending in life. If nothing else, you need to live a life where you're not so mentally bogged down by who you are today. Love you. Appreciate you. I keep hearing this term, what is it? Body positivity. And I think that gets towards accepting the body you have, whether you're plus size or skinny, even as you strive to be better. I love that. But for me, accepting who you are is more than just accepting the body you're in. It's accepting all of you. It's accepting your accent. It's accepting your skin color, the way your hair is, whether it's curly, whether it's straight. It is accepting your background, whether you were raised in a rural area, in the village, in the city, whether you have an international background. It's accepting what makes you happy. It's accepting your flaws. I'm not perfect. Nobody is. Thankfully, I know what some of my flaws are. I know what makes me tick. I'm working hard on being better. But you know what? My flaws are my flaws. They are what they are. I'm working on it. And either accept me the way I am today or move on, because I really don't have time for people who are not going to like me the way I like me, who are not going to appreciate me the way I appreciate me. Nobody can love me more than God loves me, and nobody can love me more than I love myself. So I don't need somebody, I don't need friends, I don't need acquaintances who will love me like I love me, but I need people who will appreciate the me of today. We all do. You do too. We all do. So wherever you are, I'm going to say it one more time. You are enough. You have divine purpose. You are destined for great things. And there is more to come. This is not the end of the road. I don't know where you are, what you've done, what you're going through. But this is not the end of the road. If you look back, you've been through worse. You've been through great battles. You've come out on the other side. A little bit scarred, sure, but you've come out on the other side of it. And whatever it is you're going through now, you'll come out on the other side of it. But the last thing you need is to not love you, even while you're fighting the battles you're fighting. So, if you need someone to go through the scriptures with you, in terms of finding out what God has called you to be, finding out what God has said about you, I have a free ebook on my website. It's chizobamorah.com, CHIZOBAMORAH altogether.com. It's free of charge. It's just, call it a starter kit of encouraging yourself in God's words. There are more verses out there. Feel free to reach out to me on Facebook or Instagram. And we might set up something. I might do a video or a live or something where we go through the scriptures a little bit at a time, so that you can see what God has said about you. If you need somebody to join hands with you in prayer, feel free to reach out at any time. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube videos or my audio podcast, because you're going to be hearing more from me on this topic. Wherever you are and whatever you're doing, I am wishing you the absolute best. I am rooting for you. Never forget that. Remember blessed.